Hi, this is kind of the second part of the first video. The person who earlier they sent me the one email, which was inappropriate and everything. Although I want to emphasize, I think they're a very nice person, and I hope I didn't seem too harsh on them or anything. And I just want to say that on the other questions that you had about trivia about Lalaine and everything, I can't say I know a lot about that kind of stuff, because I don't know, I don't look up stuff like that. I'm not much into Hollywood trivia and everything. But anyways, I just want to cap off that once again, I hope I didn't seem too harsh. But when I was younger, I had a lot of anger and hate in me at times, and it's very common, especially young men and everything. You have hate and anger in you, and it sometimes gets misdirected, and you just want to put people down and stuff like that. And I didn't mean I just want to make sure that you realize I didn't mean to make you feel bad or anything like that. I was just saying I was there. And the thing is, I just want to emphasize one of my favorite sayings is an old Greek saying which says, "A wise man learns from his mistakes, but a wiser man learns from the mistakes of others." And I want you to be able to learn from my mistake when I was younger, when I kind of fell away from God and everything, and I didn't continue on studying my Bible and everything, and for you to not make the same mistake and not give in to hate and anger and stuff, which is very common for young men, and just devote your life to loving Christ and following Christ and loving other human beings. And another thing I would like to emphasize is, forgive Lalaine, but realize that, that is a very dangerous thing that she got into. And that there are people out there in the world which, they're basically goodness people, but they make a horrible mistake. And, like I said, learn from the mistakes of others. That's a very important thing. And, it's just like I had one sister, she died because of drug use. And I had another sister. She has mental problems largely because of the drugs that she used in the past. I live in a small town where there's a fair number of people who have problems with meth. And when I was walking to church not long ago, I saw this girl, which actually when I saw her, I thought it was a little old lady. And when I looked into her eyes, she asked me for $3, and when I looked into her eyes, I recognized her. And it was somebody who I went to school with. And she's probably only about 27 or something like that. And she looks like she's in her 50s. And all of her teeth are missing, and it's so sad. She got into methamphetamine. And I don't care, I know people like my aunt, for example, she would say there's nothing wrong with using marijuana and stuff like that, and believe me, I don't buy it. And even in my opinion, even drinking liquor is wrong. I don't even believe in that. And just learn from the mistakes of others. And I hope I didn't seem too harsh on you earlier, but it's not good to have that kind of anger in you. I'm not saying you're a bad person, because that's how I was when I was younger. I was angry at the world. And I'm afraid, I'm not saying one way or another, but if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Savior, it would be a good idea to accept Him as your Savior. It will get rid of that anger out of you, and it's the most important thing you can do in your whole life. And once again, learn from the mistakes of others. I've known a lot of good, decent people who, at first when they were young, they would claim that they would never get into drugs, but they did. And it just completely screwed their life up. And there's a I wish I knew where it was, but there's a verse in the Bible that indicates that if a person says that there's a sin that they personally would never do, in other words, don't claim that there's a sin that you would never do, at least you fall or something like that. In other words, don't be too confident that you couldn't go down the same road, and just make sure that you keep in mind how other people have screwed up their life because of the mistakes that they made, such as using methamphetamines or any kind of drug. Don't even get into marijuana. Don't get into smoking. Don't get into drinking alcohol. I mean, it's just not worth it. It doesn't profit your life in any way, shape, or form. And the most important thing that I can emphasize to you, you seem like a very cool person and everything, but the most important thing I can emphasize to you is devote your life to Jesus Christ. And thank you for listening, and God bless. Bye-bye.